Okay, this video is about trigonometrics. Okay, however, because a lot of students ask me about tangent graph, because actually I have video for sine graph and I had video for cos graph also, but then actually I didn't do for tangent graph because for me I think that the probabilities of tangent graph will come out in exam actually is very little, means very few chance for tangent graph to come out. However, is still a possibility for tangent graph to come out. So actually, okay, this one for tangent graph actually is important for max and mx student as well, because for max student this is something like from 4 chapter. From 4 chapter you have something called trigonometry 2, and for mx student you will have trigonometric function in form 5. So in this video basically I'm going to teach the tangent graph from very basics to advanced. Okay, so for the advanced part I think it's not necessary for modern math student to learn. However, yeah, I think learning actually is a process to like make you all know better about something. So I think it's no harm to learn the advanced also. So yes, so okay, so I'm going to start about the tangent graph. So actually is okay, so for tangent graph you have to understand two lines, which is very important. Okay, now I draw something like y equals to tangent, okay, x. Okay, this is the very basic one, y equals to tangent x. Okay, so let me take my marker pen. Okay, if y equals to tangent x, okay, so here is actually my x and here is actually my y. Okay, here is y, here is x. Okay, for tangent graph, got two angle is very important. Okay, got two angle is very important. Just make sure you memorize it. I use different color to make sure you can memorize it. Okay, one is tangent 90 and tangent 270. Because what? Because these two angle you will never means the tangent will never touch on these two angle, which is angle 90 and angle which is angle 90 and angle 270. Okay, why I say it's so important? Yeah, you just press the calculator, he will tell you when you press tangent 90 actually you got max arrow, mean tangent will never touch 90. Another one is tangent 270, you press this one, you got max arrow also, means tangent will never touch on these 2 angle. One is angle is 90, another one is angle is 270. So these two lines I say is very important line when you want to draw the tangent. So you want to draw the tangent graph, you must draw these two lines first. So tangent 90, I'm going to draw a dashed line for it because I know my graph will never touch tangent 90. And then tangent 270, I'm going to draw a dashed line for it also because I know my graph will never touch. Okay, so here actually is 180, and then here actually you have 360. Okay, of course this one is not so nice because actually the ratio is not that good. However, this is just a testing, so later I will draw a loss of tangent graph over here. So here actually he will start at 0. Okay, tangent graph is different with sine graph and cos graph, because sine graph and cos graph you got the maximum value is 1 and minimum value is -1. However, tangent actually you can go more than 1. Actually you can go until number like very big. Okay, let's say I just simply press some number. Okay, maybe tangent 89. You see, you already got the number is 57 point something. If you press something like tangent 89.9999, you will see your number will grow until 5 million something. Okay, so the number can be very big. As many 9 you add over here, the number will become very big until infinity. Okay, so what I know is, okay, what I want you to memorize about the tangent graph is, you imagine these two dashed line is something like max. It's something like max means what? Means your graph will get very close to these two lines. Okay, so I'm going to, because tangent 0 is start with 0. So 0, he will get very close to this line. It's like magnet, right? Because he will get very close, but then he never touch it. Okay, if from 0, he'll go from here. Okay, and then after that, okay, because it's a magnet, right? So all of my, okay, I use red color. Okay, all my tangent line will get very close with these two lines, but then they will never touch. So after 90, I will start from the bottom, from an infinity bottom. So I will get very close to this one, but I will never touch. And then I will cross 180. I will continue get very close over here, but then I will never touch. So you can see actually this dash line, my red color line actually will get very close with this dash line, but then I will never touch it. And then after go until infinity, he always start at the bottom, because here you see go until infinity, he start at the bottom. Go until infinity, he start at the bottom. So yes, so you have something like this. This is tangent graph. So because it's very easy to remember, is tangent 0 is equal to 0, tangent 180 is equal to 0 also. Tangent 180 you got 0, and then tangent 360 you got 0. Okay, so therefore tangent 0 is 0, tangent 180 is 0, and tangent 360 is 0. Okay, what you need to memorize is you must start from 0 and then go until infinity. After that, because you never touch 90, right, you go until bottom. You imagine these two dash lines is something like magnet, so actually he will get very close with this one, and then he will pass through 180 at 0, and then he will continue to grow until infinity, and then he go down again from the 270. Imagine this magnet, then he will pass through 360 at 0. Yeah, stop it over here. So this is tangent graph. Okay, so yeah, just some information is very important. Okay, tangent 0 equals to 0. So tangent, okay, actually tangent 45 will equal to 1. However, 1 is very hard to draw. If you really want to draw, maybe you can write a 1 here and then you will write a 45 here. I mean actually here is 1. Okay, and then of course you, in the second quadrant is tangent 135 is equal to -1. 135 you got -1, and then yeah, so that means if you want to draw, you maybe something like here is 135, and then this one maybe this -1, so you got somewhere over here, so this is okay, it's -1. Okay, and then tangent 180 is equal to 0, so I will go 0, and then what else I will have is, okay, third quadrant is tangent 225 is 225 is 1 also, so tangent 225, maybe this is 225, so I will get 1 also. And then yeah, tangent 270 you will never touch it, so you will continue until last quadrant, tangent 315 you will got -1. You will got this is 315, you will got -1 maybe. Yeah, this is something like this. However, for tangent graph, those 1 -1 is not so important. Okay, it's not so important. This all is not so important. However, if the question asks, you just need to understand about this one. Okay, so normally how do I remember all this angle? It's very easy, because last few video actually I teach about the quadrants stuff, correct or not? If the first is 45 angle, in the second quadrant we call it 180 minus angle, right? So 45 in the second quadrant will be 135 in the second quadrant, because it's 180 minus angle. So 45 in the third quadrant, what's his third quadrant, will be 180 plus angle, correct or not? So will be 225. This is 135. So last quadrant, the 45 in the last quadrant is 360 minus angle, so will be 315. So this is how I memorize all this angle. Okay, however, I say it's not so important. So what is so important about the tangent graph is You have to make sure you're from 0 and then you get close to 90, and then from here, because the important is 0, 180 and 360. After that, 90 and 270, you have to draw the dashed line for it. And then this graph have to get very close like this. Okay, so in order to make you understand better, so I'm going to draw one more time. I will cover this one. I will draw over here to make you understand better. Okay, so we got all this information correct or not? So whenever you think about tangent graph, you think about y equals to tangent x. Two angle is very important. I say they will never touch one, which is 90 and 270. This is you must know about this one. Okay, so I'm going to draw. This is y. So I'm going to roughly divide this one into the 4 parts. So maybe it's 1, 2, 3, 4, and then here I will go to write x. So here will be 90, 180, 270, and 360. Okay, and then I say we got two lines which is very important, and here is 0. Sorry, yeah. So one is 90, so I'm going to draw a dashed line. Maybe use the different color, make it look nicer. So I draw a dashed line for 90, and then I draw a dashed line on 270. Of course, in the exam, I recommend you to use ruler to draw it to make it look nicer. Okay, after that, okay, we know actually tangent graph you touch 0 at 3 points. 0, 180 and tangent 360. All of this one you got 0, right? So yes, so he will start at 0 over here, and then you touch over here, and then he will stop over here. So I say this is magnet, right? So your line going to from here, attach to this one, get very close, but then you never touch it. Okay, and then he go until infinity. He go from the bottom, he come out from the bottom, and then he get very close to this one. He will pass through 180, and then he will go up until infinity, but never touch. Don't ever touch the dashed line, okay? Then go until top and then come out from the bottom also. Then he will continue to go like this. Okay, this is tangent graph. Okay, it's not really hard to draw. Okay, I think if you can draw something like this, you already got full mark for a tangent graph. Okay, however, you have to really understand about the tangent graph. Okay, so now I'm going to go to something advanced part. Okay, advanced part means you will see something a little bit different. So for example, okay, all I draw is from 0 to 360. Okay, now what if y equals to modulus tangent x? What is the meaning for the modulus symbol? Modulus symbol means what? Means you can never have negative part. All the negative part you have to flip over. So I'm going to flip over to let you see the image. So all this negative part you will flip over, and then you will become like this. I use the green color to let you see about this one. So this line he will flip over, become the green color, and this line he will flip over, become the green color as well. And then I have to cover the bottom part. This will become, then he will become like this. So this is modulus y equals to tangent x. Okay, only like this. Okay, so I'm going to draw over here. Okay, yeah. Means whenever you got modulus, means you got no value, and your graph will not assist on the negative part. So only the positive part. Okay, so I'm going to draw over here. Just okay. So it's very simple. So I'm going to make sure I draw it nicely. So I'm going to draw this line. Okay, so here I will divide in the 4 parts: 90, 180, 270, 360. I draw a line here, x, y start at 0. So it will be 90, 180, 270, and 360. Okay, I say you are very important. You got two angle is very important in tangent graph, which is 90 and 270, because if you press calculator, these two angles actually will give you max error. Okay, now I say all the bottom part actually will flip over, right? So actually it's very easy to draw. So I will touch at 0, 180 and 360. So over here, from 0 is something like magnet, he will go until very close. Okay, very close. And then, because here you start at bottom, but I have the modular symbol, so I will start on the top. And then I will touch over here. And then, because just on the bottom, you will continue, right? So here you just continue. Just continue. Okay, and then normally you will start at the bottom, right? And then until 360. But then because of the modular symbol, you will all happen in positive. So this is what happens when the exam asks you to draw y equals to tangent x, and then he will say, okay, maybe the angle x is between, okay, it's between 0 to 360. Okay? Okay? So sometimes for mx student, okay, for mx students, sometimes they are not using the angle in degree. They use in pi, means they change to radian. So you will see something like 0 to 2 pi. Okay, so for mx student, you must understand something is 1 pi actually will equals to 180. So 2 pi means 360. So over here, if for mx student, I'm going to change some information. So 180, I change to pi. 360, I will change to 2 pi. So 90 degree will be pi over 2, because 1 pi is 180. So 180 divided by 2 is 90. So 270 actually is 3 pi over 2. Actually, you can see this is half pi, 1 pi, 1.5 pi, 2 pi. This is what the MX students should understand, because sometimes MX, especially for the trigonometry function, he loves to write the angle in radian. Okay, this is the difference between degree and radian. Okay, however, I say I will go to advanced part, so we're going to go to something more advanced. Okay, what happens is the exam asks you to draw something like, okay, y equals to tangent 2x. Same thing, he says, okay, x must be between 0 to 360. Okay, 2x means what? Okay, whenever you got 2x, you use 200, okay, you use 200, you use 360 over here, and then you find out x actually equals to 180. That means, what is the meaning x equal to 180? Because this is like one cycle. Means you have to use 180 to finish one cycle. That means 360 actually you have 2 cycles over here. Okay, if you're still not so sure about cycle, I'm going to show you over here. So this one will be slightly hard to draw, so I draw bigger a bit. Okay, I got 180, 360, and this is x, this is y, this is 0. Okay, so I'm going to draw something like this. So this one, because just now the tangent graph, do I have a tangent graph over here? Okay, means just because of one cycle, okay, this one we call it one cycle. Just now the one cycle in 360, now I have to square this, square until 180 to finish this one cycle. This whole process we call one cycle, correct? So because now it's 360, I have to squeeze this become 180 to finish my one cycle. So I'm going to divide 4 parts over here. So if you are not sure, you just use calculator. 180 divide 4, you got 45 each. So I'm going to do something like this is 45, and then here you got, okay, you got 90, here you got 135. Okay, so I'm going to show you the first part. Okay, so same thing, just now you in 90 and 270, right? So now you are in 45 and 135, because the graph already squished down to one cycle. So actually it's the same thing, but then he just somehow made it more confused. So from 0 you go until here, but you never touch this line, and then you come down from the bottom, and then you pass through 90, you will continue until almost touch this line, but you never touch this one, and then you come down from the bottom, and then you touch at 180. Okay, do you see actually I squeeze this one from 360 to 180, and then I have to continue. So this one I continue, so here actually I have to add, I have to divide this one into 4 parts, so here will be 225, and then here actually will be 270, and then here actually will be 315. Okay, and then I'm going to cut this one into 4 parts as well. So it will be somewhere over here, 225 and 315. So the graph will continue like this. From 0, you go very near to this line, but then never touch. And then go from the bottom, you continue to draw like this. And then you go down from the bottom, you will get very close to 360. So this is y equals to tangent 2x. Why I say so? And how come I can get all these angles so suddenly one? So 2x means what? Because just now I say for tangent graph you got 2 angles is very important, which is 90 and 270, correct or not? Okay, so if you substitute 45 into the x over here, because this is x, right? 45 into the x, so 2 multiple 45 you got 90, correct or not? So actually 45 substitute into 2 multiple 45 you got 90, so that means the graph can never touch 45, because 45 after substitute 2 over here actually is 90. Okay, same thing to the, this one is 135. 135 you substitute in is 270. 2 multiple 135 is 270, means actually the graph can never touch 135 also. Okay, same thing to 275. This is 225, 225. So I'm going to press tangent. Okay, 2 multiple 225 first. Okay, so tangent 450, you got max error also. That means he never touched this line. Same thing to this one, 315. So I'm going to 315 multiple 2 because tangent 2. So multiple 2, I got 630. So I'm going to press tangent 630. You got max error also. So all this line actually the tangent graph cannot draw, cannot touch. Okay, this is how. This is what happened for tangent 2x. Mean actually, this is like 1 cycle. You're going to have 2 cycles in 1 period. Let's say 360 is 1 period. So actually, you will divide 180. So here you will have 1 cycle. Here you have another cycle. So what happens if he add a modular symbol for you? So he add a modular symbol for you. Simple. Just all the negative part, you flip up, become positive. Just all the negative part, you will flip up, become positive. Okay, you forget about the bottom part, then you're done. This is for y equals to modulus tangent 2x. Okay? Actually, it's not really hard, but then you really need to understand about the concept. Like 180, how you going to divide it into the 4 parts? If you are not sure, you just use the calculator. 180 divided by 4. Mean each of the angle is 45, 45, 45, 45. And then here we 45, 45, 45, 45. Okay? If you can understand about this concept, you will be very easy to draw this graph. Okay? Of course, let me draw last one before I end this video, because I say I'm going to go to advanced part. So let me do something like, okay, because this is the last one, so I'm going to, last 2, because what happens to y equals to negative tangent x? Negative means what? Negative means actually you have to flip over your graph. Okay, just now this is a correct one, correct now. This is y equal to tangent x. Now you're going to see what happens to y equals to negative tangent x. Okay, I'm going to draw it very quick because I want to save time. Why? Because you got no 2x here, mean actually this is one cycle. So I'm going to draw x is between 0 and 360. So I'm going to divide into 4 parts. Here 180, this is 360. So here will be x. Here will be 270, here will be 90. So this is 0. So I'm going to draw the dashed line on 90 and 270. It's the same thing. Okay, negative, what will happen is, whenever in positive, you will change to negative. Whenever on negative, you will change to positive. So actually, you can see actually the whole graph actually is flipped over like this. If you got negative, actually it's from 0, you will go down until very close, but then you will never touch. And then those in negative, actually he will go up. And then same thing, he will touch 0 over here, you continue go down. And then this one in negative, actually he will go up. Okay, done. So this is y equals to negative tangent x. You can see the difference over here. Whatever in positive, now already in negative. Whatever in negative, now in positive. And then this one in positive, he will go down to negative. So this one in negative, he will come up in positive. This is what happens to the negative tangent x. Okay, then let me do the last one. Okay, because tangent graph, I don't think they will go until very complicated, because it's quite difficult for students to draw also. Okay, so what happens to something like, okay, y equals to tangent x minus 2. Okay, minus 2 actually very simple. You just move, okay, this x-axis actually on the 0, right? You just imagine you're going to move this x-axis, go down 2 units. So what is going to happen? I'm going to draw like this. Okay, this is tangent x. So same thing, x is from 0 to 360. So I'm going to draw something like this. This is y. Okay, this is x. I'm going to divide same thing. 180. Here will be 360. Here will be 90. Here will be 270. Okay, and then I say minus 2 means actually the whole graph will go down 2 units. So this is 0, and then imagine this is negative 1. This one will be negative 2. Okay, because got minus 2, so because whole graph will go down, so the negative 2 now means a very important thing to me. So I'm going to draw this line carefully and make sure actually it's very nice. Okay, this is negative 2. Okay, same thing, 90 and 270 is very important to me because this is tangent graph. Okay, so okay, done. Okay, now because of minus 2, all of your units, the answer actually will be minus 2. For example, tangent 0, actually you got 0, but then 0 minus 2, y value now, those at 0, 1, now I will add negative 2. So 180 will have negative 2, 360 will add negative 2. So my graph will like this. So imagine now this line become negative 2 line. Okay, so we'll over here for negative 2, he will go up until very close to infinity, but then he never touch it. And then he will come out from the bottom, he will touch over here, and then he's going to continue very close this dashed line, but then he will never touch this one. And then go down from the bottom, then he will touch over here. This is what happens when negative 2. Okay, with minus 2. Same thing, if this one is minus 3, you just draw this dashed line on negative 3. If this one is plus 4, you just draw 1, 2, 3, 4, and then draw a dashed line over here. Mean your graph is going to start as the 4, the line which is y value is is 4. Okay, this is the meaning for all you see minus or plus for tangent graph. Okay, I hope this video can really make you understand better about tangent graph. Okay, thanks for watching the video.